Hi, and welcome to You in the Spotlight podcast. My name is Mihaela Vlad. I am your host. I am an advertising strategist for women who are building their business around their personal brand. And I have created this podcast because I want to bring in the spotlight other women entrepreneurs who are building their business around their personal brand and they have a story to tell. I want to hear their story. I want to share their story because in this way together we can find more inspiration and more tips on how to go one step further in our business. Also, in some episodes, I am going to share from my experience. I am going to share tips and strategies on how to get more reach and how to convert your followers on Facebook, so you can create a better strategy and you can get the most from the Facebook platform where you are building your business. Also, I want to invite you to go and join our Facebook group. It's the You in the Spotlight community. It's a free Facebook group where you can meet with the other guests and you will have more training and more tips on advertising strategies from me. So see you there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to welcome the one and only Mirav Tarkka. She's the one and only because she's the one who inspired me to start this podcast, to start this show. And I am so excited to have her here. So it's Mirav Tarkka from Pepper Coaching. She's on a mission to inspire fearless women, and I will let her to tell us her story. So welcome, and tell us more about you and about your business and what made you start.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, Michaela. I say your name as if you were Israeli because it's just such a beautiful Israeli name, Michaela. Thank you for hosting me and for giving me all this honor. But it's not me who inspired you. It's you who inspired you. And I'm just happy that I had some trigger in your imagination and that sometimes we need just to push into the right direction. I think what you're doing is amazing. I love this. So thank you so much for having me here. So I am Mirav, and I have founded Pepper Coaching almost a year ago as a way to empower people on different levels, also on a mental level, emotional level. Because after being through so many challenges myself, and after moving mountains and conquering so much with the minimum available to me, I went through everything from living in the streets and going through extreme poverty and being abused and being thrown away and rejected and poor and hungry, and I had no resources, and I managed to survive, and then later on I managed to thrive. Within these years, I have found ways, strategies, and systems that helped me to survive and to do so. So for the last almost 20 years, I've been a self-defense instructor. I've been one of the world's best known, well-known experts in female self-defense. Because I believed until not long ago that that was my mission, to help people, especially women, learn how to save their lives and how to keep themselves safe and to protect their loved ones. I believe I still believe that is one of the greatest ways you can truly empower yourself, knowing to protect your life, not depending on someone else to do it for you, especially as a woman, knowing how to protect your loved ones, taking care of your loved ones, taking care of your children in every way possible, including education about awareness and about dangers and about things that they can do. But I noticed something in my training all these years that was missing. And although I managed to bring people, hundreds and hundreds of people from all over the world, to learn skills that would save their life if they need to forever, and to learn also the mental and legal aspects of it, I noticed that many of them didn't have the right mindset. Most of the attacks can be avoided by having the right mindset, by being more aware, by knowing how to prevent certain situations, by knowing how to talk to another person, how to even manipulate them to do what you want, or in this case, not to attack you. And I have inserted that into my training. I have written ebooks about it. I've been on television for it. I have really tried to help people to understand that you don't need to be some Jackie Chan or super fit or Charlie's Angel in order to be able to defend yourself. You just need to use your mind in a certain way and avoid certain things. And it was very challenging for me because in my training, people expected physical training and they wanted to work in a physical method. And inserting the mental way, the mental empowerment was extremely challenging. So I started building seminars I call it crime psychology, emotional control, emotional empowerment, and so on. And slowly, I felt that that was the solution to empower people, not only physically to know how to defend themselves and save their life, but mentally and emotionally. I found that the best way to defend yourself is to really love yourself and to do things for yourself, educate yourself, get the skills that you need, understand why what has happened to you, whether it's physical, emotional, whatever it is, understand why it happened and go into the roots of the problem and know how to avoid it. Because if someone keeps on attacking you, you can defend. Eventually, also physically, you will get weak. You will get discouraged. You will get frustrated. You get tired. So that is not the solution. That is putting a plaster on a much deeper wound. The solution is to go to the resources. Why is this person constantly attacking me? Why am I constantly there? And as a metaphor, same in our lives. Why do we keep on going to the same challenges again and again and again? What is this trying to teach me? What can I do to prevent it? Once I understood that, my life has completely changed, completely shifted. Today, I am a single mother, which is something that is extremely difficult at times. And all parents out there can understand that, but especially single parents, single mothers, as it's so difficult to do what we are doing. And being able to have this system of mind that I created, a strategy to deal with challenges, has brought me to a place that I'm living today, a life that is completely violence free. I have very clear boundaries. I have in my life only people that agree with my boundaries and that support me and love me and help me and promote me. And we have a good loving relationship, whether it's friends or professional relationship or myself and my daughters, of course. So today I'm living my life the way I want to live, the way I choose to live. I have only people in my life that I choose to have, and I have no violence in my life, which has been a huge pivot and a huge thing for me because I have been surrounded by violence ever since I was little. I am determined to protect my children from that kind of life that I had. And in order to do that, I really thought carefully about everything that I went through and how I can teach them and others to prevent that and to deal with it if it does come. It doesn't have to be only hardcore experiences like I had. It can be any challenge, any mountain or river that you want to cross. Because what works for something as huge as going through war and death and rape and kidnapping and whatever I had in my story, if it works for the big, it can work also for the small. So it can work also for small challenges. And those small challenges are not even going to bother you when you compare them to the bigger ones that you've already gone through. And so I put together this system that I found within things that have really helped me, have really made a change in my life. And I also took away all the things that I did that just wasted my time, spending years looking for the right solution, spending a lot of time making mistakes, doing things that I thought would help but didn't help. And I isolated them away from my system. And I created this kind of strategy. So for times to come when I will need it, or even if it's something that I just want to accomplish, that I want to achieve in my life, I can use this system in order to achieve it. And I've tested it with my students and I started offering it to the public as a coach. I call it power coaching because all through these years with the students that I had, with hundreds of students that I had, whether it was with the self-defense or also in the fitness industry, I've been also a fitness instructor for many years. I always managed to, the one thing that I had in common with all my students is that I always managed to find their inner power, their inner strength, even when they didn't believe that they had it. I could have students fainting and vomiting all over and hating my guts, and I could still get them to find that power physically, mentally, and emotionally. And this is something that is very unique to what I do. I believe that each one of us, no matter how tired, exhausted, hopeless, lost, whatever you feel, or feeling that you cannot achieve something, or feeling that everything is sabotaging you, I do believe that you can reach out, you can tap into your inner power and strength and motivation. You can do it, and you can conquer everything that you want by reaching out to that. And my mission is here to help people find that power and to conquer their goals in the shortest, intensivest, kick-assiest way possible. This is how I am and what I do.
I think your story is so inspiring. Like I said, I watched your videos and I've been inspired by your videos, and I know you've been through a lot, and I admire so much how much you want to help now other people to to overcome those obstacles, and I really find it very very inspiring. And tell me, as a woman who built her business around her personal brand, because you are the face of your business and you are building your business around your personal brand, what are the pros and what are the struggles to be the face of your brand?
Well, it's they say in Hebrew it's like a sword with two ends, because on one hand you don't depend on anyone else. You are being you, and you can be as much as you want, and you don't have to shrink yourself or modify yourself to the needs of someone else or to the requirements of your boss, of your brand, of people who tell you what to do. You're free. You can work whenever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can create yourself, re-identify yourself the way that you want. You can sell yourself the way that you want. You can also hide when you want, so to speak. So you have all that freedom to explore who you are and to identify that and to unleash it and do things that maybe you only imagine that you would ever do. And with my branding, I really try to stay loyal to who I am and to what I feel and how I think, isolating others' opinions and even ways that others can influence me. But in the same time, and I won't say that I never think about it, working by someone else's brand or for someone else or with someone else, as much as it can be limited, it can also relieve some of the pressure that you have as trying to brand yourself personally. Because once you have someone else telling you what to do or how to do it, and or you are not that much responsible for your personal image, because there is not much of that personal image, in some ways it's much easier. You don't have that weight on your shoulders. You can make it work for you, like you can make it not work for you. So sometimes in days that I'm really tired and I don't feel like digging into myself and exposing that part of me and showing myself out there, I just feel like hiding under someone else's umbrella, and we all have days like that. That is the day that I call a struggle, and I think, did I do the right thing? Should I just join something else and be someone else or be under someone else's influence or order? But it's just not me. So it lasts a couple of moments, maximum a day, and then I go back to being me.
Yeah, we all go through this, having our moments when we struggle and we question ourselves. We are on the right path, we are not. But I think you have the strength to go on this path, and you, in my opinion, you are inspiring and you are amazing, and you are doing an amazing job on putting yourself out there and inspire other women. And yeah, keep doing this. And just we can accept those moments when we struggle a bit. It's part of the journey. The idea is to learn the lesson from there.
Yeah, in the beginning when I started, when I started with the self-defense, I always had this idea that I had to always put a strong front, like show that I'm immune from everything, that nobody can fuck me up, that, don't even try to come with me. Always my fists are ready, my guards are ready, I always have the badass look. But it's not real, it's not sustainable, because we're not like that. And actually, I feel that my business has started to succeed more and to be more loyal to who I am when I let myself to take that strong image and not to use it all the time, and to live without masks, to be vulnerable, to talk about my personal struggles, to show the sensitivity that I have, the fragility that I have. I also cry. I also go through crises. I'm not perfect. No coaches. On the contrary, we are more human than, people think that coaches are supposed to be some kind of gurus, that they don't get hurt of anything and they don't have any struggles and they don't have what to improve. But a good coach continuously improves and fears and goes through struggles and grows through struggles. And the minute I actually let my guards down and I let people see me the way that I really am, without the strong front of the badass ex-Mossad, so to speak, fighter, this is when things started really happening for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with this, because I've had a conversation with a friend of mine about this, and we were speaking about how important it is to be genuine and show up genuine. And to be genuine, you can show yourself as very strong, but in the same time you have your own struggles, and people follow other people if they feel they are genuine, and showing up like that is just showing up more genuine.
Yeah, the truth will set you free.
Yeah. I know you are doing videos, and also I know you have a lot of very nice pictures when you post on your Facebook page. Can you show us and give us some examples from behind the scenes? How is it to create your own videos? What is happening behind the scenes?
It's my favorite part.
It's your favorite part, okay.
So I try to have a good photo shooting session every 6 months. But even once a year is sufficient if the photo shooting is well done. And for me, it's a great excuse to get like a new look and new me and all of that. So I really prepare for that. I meet a photographer at least 3 times before. I speak about my message. We choose together the clothes. I train really hard before that to be in my top shape. Um, I usually plan it for a whole day of photo shooting, so I get it all done. I have like 500 good photos in my stock with different themes, different clothes, different hairstyles. I get professionals to do all of that. So I get a professional photographer, I get a professional makeup and hair artist. I get my clothes especially for this occasion, and I get a babysitter, and I tell her not to call me the whole day. And let's say I try to get more sleep on the week before the photo shooting. I try to eat even better. I don't have any wine for a whole week. Drink a lot of water. But I do have champagne while I do the photo shooting. It helps me to loosen up.
Okay.
I'm like,
okay.
And music, and I love that part. I love getting the teasers later and the photos and seeing, it's like actually physical evidence of my hard work, and if I manage to transmit a message and everything. And so it's also really important to have that good connection with the professionist. And although you can take all these pictures yourself and everything, but for me, that's like a really important day, a celebration day. So behind the scenes, I also always take pictures of me and the photographer, and I plan everything really good. There's nothing that is left for chance. The weather, the places, the objects, the atmosphere, the food break, everything is planned. And when I do the video, so I have once a week a day that I go to a studio, and I have all my scripts written, and so once a week, every Wednesday between 2 to 3, I have my time to shoot my videos, and it just takes a whole lot of pressure off me because I have like a bunch of videos ready. I have my content ready. I don't need to start thinking what to do and how. I also don't have the stress of doing everything perfect because doing the videos in that way, they are higher quality, and I can edit them the way I want to. I can edit them also later, and I don't do that work because it would take me ages, and I'm not good at that. I'm good at my imagination and bringing what I want to out there. So I leave that for the specialist, the guy that films me. He does the editing, he takes care of the background and the logo jumping in and all this magic stuff. I just have to show up. When I drive to the studio, I do a vocal warm up in the car. So if you are a fly in my car, you will be laughing your brains out because I do like meows and ows and and all kinds of things like that. And I look crazy to everybody. I never have any problem with the traffic. And I even do it when I get out of the car to win that time. So it's just, I park always in the taxi station. So there's all the taxi people out there, and I go out and I go, meow. And they all look at me like, where did that come from? I don't care. And I just go meow into the to the studio, and then I do some physical warm up, some stretching, some movement, and then I have to take my crazy out, otherwise I'm too tense. So I would put a song that I want to dance to on the editor's computer, and it has to be a crazy song. It has to be something that I have to jump to and swing my hair and just be stupid. And I do that for a couple of minutes, and then I'm ready.
I love your before shooting dance, because I know you're posting it, and I really love it. And I think everyone loves it.
It's good because, you know, we all have that crazy inside, and if you just, you know, suffocate it, it will come out in other ways. And before I did the crazy dance, because, you know, it's time and I didn't want to waste time, and time that I'm paying for, of course. So I tried to go and to do the video straight ahead and not to think about anything else. And I came out much more tense, whether when I do all this dancing and stupidity and I get it all out, so to speak, stupidity, then all my videos are much more natural. And
yeah, I think it's a good method to get rid of the stress and, you know, get more focused on what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and it's kind of also my way to not give a shit, you know. Okay, so I'm a bit crazy and I'm a bit mad, and I love these really, really crazy songs. And the guy, my editor over there, he laughs his brains out. So we also get into really good chemistry because he's like laughing and trying not to laugh loud, so the video won't hear it, and I'm just like, yeah. He's laughing. We're in a good mood. I'm all ready. I have everything ready in front of me, and I always have a preparation list. So I have like my lucky spray I put in the room before I film, and I have my candles and water and my boxing gloves and my script and my phone on silent and all my lucky underwear and. And I just keep it cool, you know, even if I make mistakes or I say something wrong, it can be edited, or even if it's not edited, it's just part of who I am. So it's okay. It's not like, oh, everything has to be perfect. No, everything has to progress. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And tell me, what motivates you to wake up every morning? What makes you go forward and do that work every day?
That's for me, it's like it's obvious question, and when I read it, it always makes me laugh because it's not what wakes me up. It's literally what wakes me up. It's my children.
Okay.
Because mentally, yes, they are what wake me up and what keeps me going, but they're also literally the little people that jump into my bed and open my eyes with their hands if I don't wake up to feed them and so on. So yeah, my children, my girls, I have two little girls, and they are my drive, they are my teachers, they are my inspiration. When I feel like giving up, all I need to do is to look in their eyes and see how much they trust me and love me and know that I will always protect them. And I want to be the best role model that I can. I want them to grow up to be independent, courageous, strong women that don't take shit from anyone and that feel free to be themselves, and they feel the unconditional love that I never felt that I had. And I just, I want to give them the best future possible. I want to give them a comfortable future, secure, safe. And to do that, I need to be the best person that I can potentially in all aspects. So I won't say that it's always easy because it's not. And I'm many times tired and exhausted and fed up and think of, you know, just banging my head against the wall and send everything to the shit. but we all go through that. And yeah, those two little ninja girls, they motivate me like nothing and no one before and ever will. So
I got you. I have my son, he's 16, and he's my inspiration every single day of this life. Because, when you hear your children, maybe you will hear your girls later on saying that you are an inspiration for them.
yeah,
This is what makes you going. This is what my son told me a week ago, that,
yeah,
and you don't expect that. I didn't expect that. It's just all of a sudden came and said, Mom, you are an inspiration for me. You never gave up. And you just, yeah. I mean,
good.
yeah, and it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful, but it's the result of everything you do every day all your life, together with your children, and they will at one point, anyway, they follow your steps.
Yeah, that's the most important thing for me. And sometimes, my younger one is not talking yet, but my older daughter, she's 3.5 years old, and sometimes I would see her looking at me, and she would see that I'm like, oh, game over for me. I'm tired, and I put them to sleep, and I already have that look of, oh my God, I still have so much to do. And she just looks at me and she says, Mommy, I love you. And I'm like, oh, thank you for
She know you,
saying
you
that.
need that.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, okay, if she's 3.5 years old and she understands how much her love means to me and how much it gets me up there and like, okay, let's do it. I can do it. So imagine, this is the power of love. And this is
Mhm.
love that we insert in our children and they double it. And this is my role as a mother, also to protect and to keep them safe I want them to be really proud of me. I want them to be, one day when I'm dead, they will be reading my book and say, "Oh, that's my mama." And I never really got that from my family, and I want to give it. I want to give what I didn't have, and I want to protect them from what I had to go through in order to give them what they didn't have. So it's more motivation than anyone even needs. I have loads of it.
Yeah, it's so inspiring, and I know your girls, and they are so beautiful.
Thank you.
Two little beauties. So tell me, you are helping people with achieving their goals, okay? And but tell me, how do you differentiate from competition, from other people who are offering the same thing? What makes you different?
Well, I
Coach.
think that each coach is completely different from the other. So I actually don't feel that we are as coaches competitors. I feel that each one is offering, even if we offer the same thing, everybody offers solutions for problems and conquering goals and achieving a certain success in a certain aspect of your life. But each coach is a different person, comes from a different experience, comes from a different life. I came from Israel and I served in the military, and I was literally thrown into living in the streets without any previous warning, and I had to survive. So that has scattered in me the mechanism of do it now, do it anyway, you don't have a choice or you will die. And this is my method is, get going, get doing, or just give up. And there is no way to give up, because when you give up, you are dead. It was the same when I was teaching self-defense. You never give up. And so the way that I do things, the way that I coach people is in that way, that there is no choice. If you're scared, if something is blocking you, if you're stuck, you need to get unstuck. There are ways to get unstuck, but there are no excuses. There's no bullshit. And it's very intense. Life is intense. Life is short. So I don't believe in a long process of staying for months and years and discussing the problems and the past and the process, and then just getting to the result after years in order to just in a way that is not that as efficient as could be. I believe in, you know, sweet, sharp, and short. So giving people all the tools they need, accompanying them in that voyage, starting their way into their success and pushing them there and then just letting them go. My method is very, I call it kick-assery. I take no prisoners. I hold no excuses. I am sensitive. I do understand when people go through shit, and I've been through a lot of shit myself, so I know how it feels, and I empathize, but I don't get stuck there, and I don't let anyone to get stuck there, because the goal is the goal. It's not to be in the past. And in my fitness lessons, in my self-defense lessons, it was always very intense. Problem solution. That my lessons were always very intense. So maximum results, minimum time. Same in my coaching. Maximum results, minimum time. Let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's do it intensively. Let's eat the frog and get rid of it. Let's just do it. And yeah, I have no mercy. Maybe that's the most unique thing about me.
No mercy. Okay, no mercy. Mirav Tarkka. Good. And how people can get in touch with you? How they can find you?
Well, I'm on the social media. I'm on Facebook. I am also on LinkedIn as Mirav Tarkka Pepper Coaching. My videos are everywhere, hopefully. I have a website which is now under construction, but there's still an email there, email address that you can reach me, and I can post my details when you publish the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a link to your website or social media just under the video, so people can get in touch with you and start watching your videos.
With the power of the mind. Sorry?
I didn't hear you.
I said there's also always the power of the mind. They can contact me with telepathy. Just kidding.
Thank you.
Kidding.
Let us know if they manage to do so. So yeah, thank you very much. I really enjoyed to hear your story. And like I said, I've been inspired by your videos and by what you do. And I was so excited to hear your story more in details and to share it with my people. And I'm sure they will be inspired as well. So thank you very much for today. And
Michaela.
You are the only person except my family that can, and you know, my people in Romania that can pronounce my name exactly like it is.
Oh, well, I actually prepared for you a gift, a personalized guided active meditation, and it's with your name. And I said it just like that because I was in the beginning, okay, how would I read this properly? How would she like me to read it? And then I was like, I'm going to say how I feel that name should be for me, and that's Michaela. It's a beautiful, beautiful name.
Yes, it's Michaela. It's exactly like it is, Michaela. Like I said, you are the only person outside my family and, you know, Romanian people who can pronounce it, that pronounce it exactly like it is. And I like it. It's a big surprise. And thank you very much. I'm so excited about that meditation. I can't wait to have it. And thank you for doing it for me. Thank you so much for being here today with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to go and join our You in the Spotlight community, the free Facebook group, where you will meet the other guests and you will meet other women entrepreneurs who are walking on the same path, and you will get more training on how to reach more customers and how to create your advertising strategy. See you there.